SEC bringing the case against Ripple was not really just a case about Ripple or about XRP. It's really about the industry and how the SEC is kind of playing offense and attacking the whole industry. 2.5 years ago when this started, I'm not sure everyone fully digested that, and now that is widely understood.
Crypto is good for payments because it gets rid of that 2, 3, and 5 days and makes it instant for when that biller receives my money.
But the Soros Empire was replacing the Soviet Empire.
There are decades when nothing happens, and there are weeks when decades happen. That's where we are.
Know what you hold?
On-demand liquidity. Where was Gary Gensler?
Enjoy the ride, pal.
If you got some bags, welcome to the party. Welcome back to some more 1 o'clock news. No breakfast, no coffee, just straight extra. Bullishness. Shout out to the latest sub. Appreciate you stopping by. Stuffing some bags. Go ahead. Throw on those moon suits, those pilot shades. Buckle up. There's a futures. Extra. Bullish. Let's go full speed, full throttle into the cryptoverse. We got the total global cryptocurrency market cap today at 1.07 trillion, down about 4.3 in the past 24. We got XRP here in the number 6 spot, right around 37 cents, down 2.3 in the past 24. Stellar XLM right around 8.5 cents. We got BTC 22,328, ETH right around 16 hundo. We got Flare Networks here right around 3-4 cents. We got Songbird right around 0.009, down 0.1 in the past hour. Apex Dev Summit is back and headed to Amsterdam. It looks like no more Las Vegas, September 6th through the 8th. Stay up to date on all things Apex. Apex September 6th, 2023. James K. file on XRP community. Ripple files letter regarding recent Supreme Court case that supports Ripple's fair notice defense. This opinion strongly supports defendant's fair notice defense because the government's prior guidance appears to contradict its present litigation position. Today, Ripple argues that the recent Supreme Court verdict in the Bitrue versus United States supports their fair notice defense against the SEC Gov in the ongoing lawsuit against the company. And we got Big Brad Garlandhouse here, says, Kelly Lanes asked if the US doesn't get its act together, is all of this crypto going offshore? Me says it already is. I've said it before, I'll say it again, crypto's moving offshore is not a good move for the American innovation, period, full stop.
SEC bringing the case against Ripple was not really just a case about Ripple or about XRP. It's really about the industry and how the SEC is kind of playing offense and attacking the whole industry. 2.5 years ago when this started, I'm not sure everyone fully digested that, and now that is widely understood. This is going to be pivotal for the whole industry because if the SEC is able to prevail, I think there's a lot of other cases, and some of them just in the last 4 weeks, I think they brought 5 additional enforcement cases. The macro headline for me is this is not a healthy way to regulate an industry. Your regulation through enforcement, as opposed to where we're seeing in other countries where they're doing the work, right? They're codifying, they're creating a framework that allows an industry to grow while protecting consumers. And I think that's really what the US is lagging. And to some degree why I'm here in Washington is to continue to try to evangelize and educate. Here's how these technologies can really benefit consumers, benefit industry.
Is what I'm hearing from you essentially, if the US doesn't get its act together and move more quickly, all of this is going offshore. It's just going elsewhere. Well,
it already is. I mean, the sad reality is that the U.S. really is already behind. This is not behind countries that we haven't necessarily heard of. This is behind Australia and behind the UK, Japan, Singapore, Switzerland. There's a lot of countries that have taken the time and thoughtfulness to create that clear rules of the road. By contrast, when I first got involved in the tech industry in the late 90s, some were saying the internet should be banned. They were saying, like, here's how the internet is being used for illicit purposes. But the U.S. government said, no, we're going to create a framework. And that allowed entrepreneurs, that allowed investors to come in and look at the benefits to the United States on a geopolitical basis to have the Amazons and Googles based in headquartered in the United States. We're at, I think, severe risk of having that not happen in this next evolution of technology around blockchain and crypto. It has already started moving outside the United States. And also the consumers are suffering because of that, because you don't have the same protections that the U.S. regulatory frameworks can provide.
What would a good framework look like in your view?
Well, look, I think what you're seeing right now is the Securities Exchange Commission. If you're a hammer, everything looks like a nail. And not everything here is a nail. And I think any framework has to start with clear protections for consumers, but then to thoughtfully understand that these aren't always going to be securities. Some of them are used as currencies. That is, having an efficient process to trade, exchange, move those things would be much harder in a world if they were regulated as securities.
There's a bigger battle here, whether it's for power, control, currency war, but we know XRP is the key to unlocking all the value. John Deaton says a lot of people are speculating on why Ripple would file this now. Some people are saying it's because Ripple knows it will lose or because they're less confident. It's a very simple reason why it was filed. The decision is from the Supreme Court and it was handed down only 4 days ago. Just added to our documents library. Ripple's supplemental authority in support of the fair notice defense. Says Judge Torres could possibly file her decision at any moment, or it could be 2 months longer. The point is that this isn't a decision from the Federal District Court or even the Appellate Circuit Court. This is a U.S. Supreme Court decision decided on February 28, 2023, 4 days ago. The Supreme Court's decisions is relevant regarding one of Ripple's affirmative defenses. The lack of fair notice violates the Due Process Clause of the U.S. Constitution. People overthink and try to look for reasons other than the obvious one. Essentially, justice elaborated on the requirement under the Due Process Clause for the government to provide fair notice of what is prohibited. That's the reason why I was filed so late. If Judge Torres finds that Ripple offered and sold XRP as a security, the Supreme Court decision gives Ripple's fair notice argument a few more teeth. He concludes with, I've already went on record to say I have no doubt that Ripple wins before this current Supreme Court. The West Virginia versus EPA case alone is the reason to believe that Ripple wins. The recent decision is icing on the cake. Ratha K says in the article, Stuart already notes that the judge sides with the SEC. Ripple can and will immediately appeal, and that I would be supremely confident that this is a winner in the Supreme Court. Could it take a little longer? The longer it takes, the higher we climb on that XRP rich list. We got Ripple. What would it mean if your payment settled instantly instead of days later?
I am going to attempt to answer why crypto is good for payments. My name is Christina Campbell, and this is Crypto in a Minute. So I'm going to take the easiest payments transaction I think I make in a month, and that is paying a bill through my bank. When I pay that bill, I do it via an ACH. The money's immediately debited from my account, and whoever I'm paying doesn't get it for 2, 3, 5 days later. Crypto is good for payments because it gets rid of that 2, 3, and 5 days and makes it instant for when that biller receives my money. So instead of waiting for a bank transfer and traditional bank hours and banking systems to all do their magic, if I'm trying to pay someone with crypto, I initiate that payment. Money transfers instantly. Works essentially the same way email does over the internet, where instead of data transferring like that so quickly, it's actually the value that's moving that quickly. So that's why I feel like crypto is great for payments. Oh my God.
XRP, built for payments. They know what's coming, we know what's coming, and they can't stop it. All roads lead to the bridge. The RippleNet. Warren Davin says, absent a contract or mutual consent, the US dollar is the only legal tender currency in the United States of America. Only federal legislation can authorize a central bank digital currency, and no such legislation presently has a chance of passing through the regular order. Digital Asset Investor says the only logical conclusion you can make is that our politicians and the regulators are serving other masters besides the American people, from ignoring their national debt and giving billions we don't have to Ukraine to an SEC that is pushing away innovation in the U.S. Gary hides his meetings with Soros while he ignores Americans. Wake up before it's too late, folks. Time to take out the trash in the country, drain the swamp, free the standard.
When the Soviet Union, the Soviet Empire collapsed, and as the empire collapsed, I moved in and picked up the pieces. First in Hungary in 1984, and then Poland in 87, China in 87 as well. So this is how the Soros Empire was replacing the Soviet Empire.
And how do you think you're doing in your...
Meanwhile, ETH has gone full retard mode. Choice is yours. You can take ETH and Vitalik Buterin, or you can jump on the standard while you still have some time and jump on team. Joe Katz, David Schwartz, Cointelegraph, as displayed above, the ascending channel initiated mid-January saw its 1.025 trillion market cap floor ruptured after Silvergate Bank, major player in the crypto on-off ramping, saw its stock plunge by 57.7% at the New York Stock Exchange on March 2nd. Silvergate provides financial infrastructure services to some of the world's largest cryptocurrency exchanges, institutional investors, and mining companies. Consequently, clients were incentivized to seek alternative solutions or sell their positions to reduce exposure. 801 XRP fam, listen to Sean, clearly exec vice chair of the Future World Foundation. There are decades when nothing happens, and there are weeks when decades happens.
I'd like to begin with you. How are geopolitical disruptions impacting the regulatory landscape in the next decade?
Vladimir Ilyich Lenin, you didn't expect to hear that quote at the beginning of this, made a rather remarkable observation in 1917. He said, there are decades when nothing happens, and there are weeks when decades happen. That's where we are. We're in a period of enormous disruption, arguably an historical inflection point, equivalent to anything that human history has yet experienced. The problem about that disruption is that it is interrupting the harmony and the prosperity that has characterized human experience since roughly 1991, 1992, at the end of the Cold War. The world has got much richer, extreme poverty has fallen, higher degrees of regulatory certainty emerged on a global stage over that period of 30 years because we broadly agreed with one another about the rules of the game. Now let's look very quickly at 5,000 years of history.
XRP is clearly shaking the system. You can hear the banks panicking. XRP levels the playing field, the most disruptive technology since the internet. First, we had the internet of information. Now welcome to the internet of value. No more middleman. Bye-bye, banks. BPM Revellers, attention XRP fams and NFT fams. If you're lucky enough to mint this Reveller, you'll instantly win 2,000 XRP. The odds are increasing by the day, so what are you waiting for? Get minty now. Also, we got BPM Wallet, as mentioned by FEAT.org. 80% of UK fans think that the ticket resale is a ripoff, and 74% think that online ticket touting is a major concern. BPM Wallet will put an end to the overpriced resales. Our secondary market will cap prices at face value and give the power back to the fans. BPM Wallet for the win. We also got an airdrop coming up, XFT airdrop for NFT Tempo. 337 million XFT is being split between XRP and XFT holders based on XRP and or XFT holdings. Snapshot is the 6th of March. A few days away. Airdrop is the 20th of March. Airdrop details, trust line info will be down below. Bobby A says 8/30/2022. No one's posting about this. XRP is going to hand ETH its ass. The accumulation continues. 99% will be caught off guard, trying to figure out why, trying to load up on those bags. Most will begin to buy well into the green arrow. Clear accumulation going on for XRP. I'm playing 4D chess. Patience is the greatest attribute. Welcome to the accumulation zone. Get ready for those rockets to fly. Ethereum exchange supply is at its lowest in nearly 5 years, particularly after the FTX collapse. ETH has been one of the most prominent assets to be moved into self-custody. Generally less on the exchanges means lowered future sell-off probability. And with that being said, Bagman and Bag Ladies, XRP against ETH is at its lowest, so to say, oversold area since April 2021. Considering the RSI figures, XRP will break this trend apparently and say, hold my beer, to Ethereum within 6 months. XRP will plunge Ethereum's dominance upside down. Let's watch. XRP. The longer they take, the higher we climb. On that XRP rich list, regulation, molasses, they're trying to shake you out by all means necessary. But we know what we hold, so we just keep on adding to those bags. Where will you be when XRP's true price finally gets unlocked? Catch you up here. At the tippy top, I am the XRP Bagman, the Moon Commander, currently up here on the mothership, stuffing some bags and enjoying the show. Appreciate you stopping by, tuning in, smashing those likes for some more Moon O'Clock news. Hope y'all continue to stay extra foolish. Continue holding those good vibes. Remember to sell the FUD, buy up those bags, and don't forget to spread that liquid love. Also, if you're new here, don't forget to drop a subscribe, drop a comment down below. All the OG diamond hands out there, Drop a comment down below. Drop an elbow on that like button. I'll catch you up here, top floor, on the mothership for the moon party. BYOB. Bring your own bags. Be your own bank. Bring your own billions. Peace out, Crypto Ghost.
My way out, but the world is a stage you just played out. You didn't hold strong, make the shake out. Now I'm with the crypto fam, we made the shakeouts. Adding to them bags, it's okay now. I'm getting airdrops, they on their way down. Filling up these bags, Santa at the space house. There's gonna be a party, see you at the space town. Moon suit, bags packed, ready, space bound. All around the world in an instant. Send it from afar, from a distance. I'm with the crypto fam and we lifting. Headed past the moon on a mission. The crypto fam strong, we all winning.